Hello, I'm Khushi Rai from BBA at MCC. Recently, I had the opportunity to go to Letourneau University in Texas for my exchange program. We went through a lot of stages to get selected for this process. We started with interview sessions and discussing with our department heads and teachers, and then we went through the course mapping that was done for the selection of courses in the university over there, and then we had proceeded with our visa process and travel planning, and we finished the selection process and completed all our stages over here, and then got the opportunity to go over there with a lot of expectations. When we talk about academics, we do know that the education system over here is totally different from what we had in the United States. We did learn that a lot of different aspects had to be focused on when we reached over there. They had given more importance to the practical exposure to everything what we were learning. They had different types of case studies and then presentations that we were supposed to do in groups, which gave us a lot of opportunity to interact with other students who came from different backgrounds, and they had their own approach and perspective towards each subject. And the classroom was a small size, which was around 15 to 20 students, which gave us more recognition in the class, and the teachers knew about each student, and what we were learning in the class was more of what we would take up for the future career goals and paths. The most interesting subject for us was finance, in which we also got to learn Excel skills and also different capital budgeting methods, and which was being used in the real world, and the teachers made sure that we were knowing about the corporate world and the corporate happenings in the current scenarios of the real world. One amazing thing that we got to learn over there was the perspective of different people. It was not just us going from our own country, but there were various other people coming from various other countries like China, Korea, Russia. For example, we had a class where there was a student coming from Korea who had served in the army. Over here, we would have not recognized this position, but over there, it was given quite an importance, and it actually gave us learning that people can come from different backgrounds and still their motive towards education can be similar for how it is for like all of us. We did have different activities that brought us together over there, which mingled us and various other international students. And there was one such activity which was World Cafe, where we had the opportunity to come and make our own food and cook our own food of our own culture and religion and country. And there were different people coming from different countries who had made their own dishes from their own countries, which we got to taste, and it was quite exchange of cultures and ideas that we had. It was not just cooking but also learning about different cultures. We got to convey our own ideas and we got to learn their own ideas too. During the spring break, we got to visit LA and Chicago. These two beautiful cities had their own culture and tradition and had their own way of living lifestyle. And in LA, it was quite an amazing experience, which was kind of a part of the curriculum, where we got to visit the oldest house of LA, and also we got to visit the Disneyland, where it was a group activity for us to go explore the places. And in Chicago, we saw the downtown, where we saw various industry offices and various companies where people come together and work together, and it was a quite busy area, which gave us a lot of learning that people came from across the countries and visited the same place. And it was the time of the holidays, so we had a quite good experience for us.
Hi, I'm Prajni from BBA department. Even I got the opportunity to go to Letourneau University for a student exchange. When I went there, I realized that though the process, the visa process and all other course mapping and all that was very long and tiring, the experience was so totally worth it, and it was a great learning opportunity for us. When we landed in US, the temperature was almost -4 degrees, which is like so cold, and it took us 2 weeks or more to get adjusted to that. Initially, the food habits of Americans was completely new to us, and we found it very difficult to get used to the food. But with time, we got a pretty good hold of it, and we started eating in their times, and we just got used to it, and it did end well. The infrastructure in Letono University was very beautiful. They had a very beautiful library which had so many books that we really wanted to read, and even the hostel that we got allotted to was not the actual hostel that the international students go, which was also a good thing because we got to live with the American people and we got to learn their lifestyle and just live as Americans for a while. Both of our roommates were from US, and one of our roommate was from Los Angeles, who actually helped us in planning our whole trip to the place. And having an American roommate was so helpful because they taught us things that we cannot normally ask professors or anybody. Just simple things like where can we find something to buy or things like that. And it also helped us gain more friends, as being close with our roommate also means we got to hang out with their friends and socialize better. Being an international student, it meant that we were part of the International Students Club. And in this club, we got to interact with people from various countries, and like Kushi said, it was a very big experience. We got to learn about their culture, the cultural differences, and somehow becoming friends with people who have completely different cultures. Though it was very hard, it was very useful for us in learning about their culture. Initially, when we went there, so many activities were conducted to just break the ice. Like we had an activity in which all the students were invited to this trampoline party, where they arranged the rides for all of us and they took us to a separate place to enjoy that. We also had other activities like Easter egg hunt during Easter, and we had Hoot Nanny, which was a cultural performance. We also had concerts that took place in the university. The university had various offices like the writing center and the career services, in which they were always ready to help us write our resumes and just get an essay corrected by them grammatically, which was really useful for us in submitting our essays and just getting a good grade. The coordinator from the Letono University, Ms. Suma Jaikar, she helped us a lot throughout the process, including from the visa process to how we were leaving from Dallas. She was there throughout the process and she just helped us through it. She also made sure that we felt at home by inviting us to dinners, cooking us dinners, and just giving us the Tamil community feel over there. We would like to extend our gratitude to the principal, international dean, and also our department for constantly supporting us and guiding us throughout this whole process. This experience was beyond what we expected and we learned a lot from it. And one advice that I would give to our juniors who aspire to go is that don't think too much, just go into it. This will be worth it and you will learn a lot of things. One advice that I would give to our juniors who aspire to go for this program is that just do it, don't think too much. It is a wonderful opportunity. You will learn a lot of things, and it is a fun learning experience, and to stay away from family is not easy, but when you do it, it's going to be totally worth it.